They only won one lag yesterday. Maybe the whole event, and it showed up. And this is a good sign. Does he get a look at the 2? Oh, he's got a great look and a great starter. Notice the 3 down here on the lower left.
We know he's going to be the leader in every sense at the Mosconi Cup. First time as playing captain in Florida next month. But he kind of needs to step into that leadership role early, doesn't he? Because they need everything he can bring to it in their favour tonight.
Yeah, Abigail's touched on that a little bit, saying he's been a bit subdued. That can change. Coming short side to the 3. He's carried a good angle as well, so he can come around to the bottom side of this 4-2 rails and play it up in the top left corner or in the left side pocket. Could just one rail up, I guess. He's going to choose the 2 rail option. Just float over one rail. Straight in is okay on the 7 here. Not the end of the world. Maybe a touch. Oh, this ball kicked on him. He did 2-stroke it real quick, though. Looked a little quick in the backswing to me.
If it was a kick, it certainly wasn't the first we've seen at an important moment in this Reyes Cup. And what a chance now for Yap, who's been the star of the tournament so far, to pinch this first rack.
I tell you what, they talk about it. The balls know who's winning. You can see Jason just use his hand motion there. It definitely did what we call in the States skid. It turned over. What causes that? There's a lot of different reasons. I know one thing. This guy, Reyes Yap, has really picked it up second half of this event.
Well, it's only the first rack of the first match of the night. But what a blow this is to strike. Europe needed their talisman, their on-table leader, to come out and get them off to a flyer. It looked like he was going to. But that miss on the 6, one way or another, let Reyes Yap in. And so it's Team Asia who lead 1-0, Scott.
You're going to have distance on the green 6.
Call boys in your picture there, looking on very anxiously.
Well, he intentionally went into the 7. Expected a little more out of that. Big shot here.
You have to think with where the 7 ball is, if the 6 goes in, there's going to be big odds on for Asia to take a 2-0 lead.
And you see the concern on that team. Well, there was a beep in his backswing, so the clock was winding down. He overcut it by some margin. A big shot here now for FSR, Michael.
We've been praising Duong throughout the tournament, and rightly so, but he has missed a lot of balls as well.
Really, a lot of distance here. Just got to knock this down. Level cueing. Get through the ball clean. Seemed as if his body raised as he was pulling the trigger.
So for the second rack in a row, it looks as though the green 6 is going to be Europe's nemesis. And this looks like 2-0, Scott. He's unlikely to miss this. Well, looking at it from that angle, it's a little bit more of a tester under the pressure. But when the big pressure moments have come, most of the time this week, he stood up to them.
Yeah, he wanted a little more out of the cue ball, but no problem there.
Wins the second rack.
Cool as you like.
Actually, this is about perfect the more I look at it. Just an outside ball, nice and easy. A little firmer than I expected there, Michael. Might have to go into the 9 here. Dangerous, really swerving this. He's going to use a flat ball and just come one rail up. And he looks very solid.
He's one of only 2 players on the European team to have been involved in a win so far outside of the team match. That was his doubles with that man, Jason Shaw, on the opening night.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a vibe that you can feel that you're just waiting for something to go wrong. I know we've said this before in Moscone Cups. You just get that feeling here. Let's hope that's not the case for Kraus. Now, so clean the way it entered the pocket.
I'll tell you, Scott, he's by far the least experienced player on this European team. He's the least experienced as well in terms of team play, having never played for Team Europe in the Moscone. But here on his Reyes Cup debut, he was called upon to stand up to the moment, and it looked as though he was going to deliver in the most emphatic manner possible with a break and run. And what a grin that is on Carlo Beato's face, Scott.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was alluding to. You can just sense. It's like some type of a pressure you can feel building and building and building, and there it goes.
A great call on your part, Scott, and a great week continues for Efren Reyes and his team. They're 3-0 up in the team match to start us off on day 3. Europe, who needed a good start here, 7-2 down in the overall match, have had anything but. They missed 6 from Shaw in the first rack, they missed 9 from Kraus in the third. Copigny looking to build on Asia's advantage here.
And you just kind of expect everything to go right now for Asia and everything to go wrong for Europe.
Co hasn't actually won a rack yet in the team matches. He had a chance to clinch the opening point on the first day, but lost to Mickey Kraus. That was his only involvement, and he played 2 racks yesterday and lost them both. But a vastly experienced player, former world champion. He was World Masters champion last year, and he's had team success in the past, winning the World Cup of Pool the same year, and he won the World Nineball title. So what's going through that man's head at the moment, Scott? Is he running out of ideas?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've not been in his shoes, but I could assume, or only assume, that it's a pretty helpless feeling. I would be doing everything I can to keep my guys positive at all times. Like you said, you just touched on it a minute ago, Michael. Really, it isn't a must-win until you're facing that final ball. It's never over till it's over. Yeah, but he might be a little straighter. Yeah, he's going to come to the second rail. And this is perfect. On the verge of a 4-0 lead already, Michael.
As I was saying, hasn't gone well in the team matches, but of course, a real sign of a player's contribution is in the singles and the doubles, and he's played one of each and won them both, so good week for him so far, individually as well as being part of a team which at the moment is absolutely rampant. And this one can be put in the books as well, Scott. Copigny is going to produce a break and run, and Team Asia are now leading 4-0. And so Johan Chua, the new superstar of Philippines pool, here in his home country, just days after winning the Hanoi Open, will come out for the next rack, looking to deliver the first point of this third day for Team Asia.
Can't tell. Looks like he might be jumping a piece of this. Is he going to get a good rub or a bad rub? And I think this plays in the left side. We've talked about these side pockets. They are not forgiving. He's going to be forced to take a little more distance on the pink, I think.
Extension
wants to
cool.
get off the rail with the cue ball. Really all your focus and getting the 3 down. Just don't want to overcook this. Easier to miss. about as good as you can do. I can't quite tell how steep this line is. I can't tell. It looks like he might be jumping a piece of this. Is he going to get a good rub or a bad rub? And I think this plays in the left side. We've talked about these side pockets. They are not forgiving. He's going to be forced to take a little more distance on the pink, I think.
Extension
wants to
call.
get off the rail with the cue ball. Really all your focus in getting the 3 down. Just don't want to overcook this. Easier to miss. It's about as good as you can do. I can't quite tell how steep this line is. If you can avoid the 6, that's what he'll do. Oh yeah, no problem. Well, that's a good sign. You can always tell by how the object ball's entering the pocket as to how clean they're feeling.
So as I said, it was, in theory anyway, a chance for Chua to deliver the first point of the day. Would surely have sent his home country crowd absolutely wild if he'd done that, but it doesn't look as though he's going to get to the table. It's actually happened to him twice already in various racks in the team matches over the first couple of nights here, and it looks as though it's going to happen again now. So is it going to be a case of history repeating? Saying Scott, Europe 4-0 down in the team match, which started us off on Tuesday. Came back to win. Will this be the start of the same thing happening again? So a break and run from Copigny in the previous rack. Eklund Kachi responds in kind.
Can't ask for better contact. A thin one to start off on the 2. Can he come back and forth and have a steep cut on the 3 to the lower left? I think he's got to come back 1, 2, maybe even 3 rails. Check this cue ball up. It is not the easiest of starters. He might even go defensively. He's got a lot of cover there with the 8. Boy, can you hold this cue ball? The 2's so far out center table. They might just have to settle with the cue ball finishing on the left side of the table here and just drift this 2 in.
It's always the question when you've got a commanding lead, isn't it? Should you stay on the attack or be cautious and protect your lead? Well, you can see which of those approaches Yap believed in there. He's played it very nicely.
Ooh, the overhead tells me something different. He's got to get all the way over here, come to the short side, playing the 7 up to the top right. Now that needs to run. Maybe the overhead misleading me.
Extension called.
Well, he's already called his extension. Can't blame him.
Well, absolutely. Just look where the 8 and the 9 are. One good shot here, and it's as good as over.
And it wasn't near as easy as it looked. Had to catch the outside of that pocket.
Well, as someone almost sang many years ago, it started with a 6. The ball of that number that Shaw missed in the first rack set Asia on their way, and they have started this third day with the most one-sided victory of this Reyes Cup so far. Team Asia have beaten Team Europe by 5 racks to 1.